Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. The weather here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin has really sucked for the past several days and I haven't been able to get outside. So today we're gonna go through how I pack my backpack for about a 3 to 4 day backpacking trip and kind of maybe go through like my sort of thought process with it all and just show you guys how I do it. So let's get into it. First things first, if you guys are regulars at my channel, you've seen this backpack many times. It's been the main one that I've used for every single backpacking trip for, I don't know, several years now. But the first thing that I put inside my pack is my quilt. This is the Enlightened Equipment Enigma. I'm not gonna go into too much detail with all of the gear because I've done that so many times it feels like. So we're just gonna focus more on the actual packing process of this. But anyway, the sleeping bag or the quilt is the first thing to go in because I want that thing on the bottom. You generally try to stuff those like softer sort of things towards the bottom of your pack or at the very bottom, so they just kind of absorb the weight of the heavier things that you're gonna put in the middle of your backpack. At least that's my idea or my process behind it. So yeah, sleeping bag in first. And then we're gonna go to the clothes. So I stuff all my clothes inside this large 20-liter dry bag. As for the clothes, I've just got another pair of longer socks for at night if it gets cold or if I need to keep my feet dry. Another pair of compression shorts or underwear because if something goes wrong while you're out on the trail, you know what I mean? If something goes wrong, I wanna make sure I have another pair of underwear. I'm the kind of guy who, if I don't wear compression shorts when I'm running or hiking or whatever, I'll get chafing between my legs and I hate that. It is debilitating for me. So another pair of compression shorts is very important. Typically what I'm wearing for backpacking is what I have on right now, but it would be like a synthetic t-shirt, pair of pants, but then I put another long sleeve sort of sun hoodie with me as well. That goes in the bag. Another thicker sort of zip up sweatshirt, just depending on how cold it's gonna get. This is kind of optional, but because it's March right now, we're gonna say I'm bringing that with. And then the last one is my jacket. In this case, this is the Outdoor Vitals Ventus Active hoodie. I just made a review on that if you guys wanna check it out. A lot of people were kinda angry in the comment section about that video. Like, I think that's the most hate I've gotten on a video, either ever or in a very long time, because man, just people are not happy about that one in the comments. When you're packing clothes, you don't want them to be very like folded and super neatly organized and layered perfectly because you sort of want them to lay flat in your backpack. At least I do. So this thing, I try to kind of get it flattened out as much as possible in a longer shape so it fits flat inside my backpack. So I just try to get this thing nice and flat and then push all the air out of it that I can. And then what a good trick that my girlfriend told me was you twist this a few times to kind of like lock off the air. And now you can actually twist it down like you would a regular dry bag. It falls apart. And now you kind of sucked all the air out of it and don't have to worry about it inflating again when you try to roll it down. So look how much more flat that is. Super nice trick. So now this will lay nice and flat as the next layer inside my backpack. So there we go. Clothes nice and flat on top of my sleeping bag. I'm gonna set this down here for a second. Now that we've gotten those two like really big bulky items taken care of, the next thing I would put inside my day pack is probably my chair. This thing, obviously it's stiff, but it's not very heavy and it could just lay nice and flat on top of that. And it's not something I'm gonna wanna access like immediately when I get to my campsite. So chair goes fairly close to my body just because it's not gonna bulge out or anything. It's not gonna bug me. It's stiff, it's rigid, and it lays about the length of my entire backpack. So with the chair in there, the next thing that'll fit is my sleeping pad. This is basically the same length of the chair. The Sea to Summit Ether Light XT insulated, a 3.2 R value sleeping pad. That just goes right next to the chair because they basically are the same exact size. The sleeping pad might be like a little bit bigger, but they fit in like a perfect line on that next layer inside my backpack. After that is when we go to all of these sort of smaller, weird shaped things. Let's start off with the Toaks titanium pot. Inside here, I will stuff my MSR Pocket Rocket Mini. That fits inside a case with the lighter. Those actually fit inside there pretty well. Those go inside the pot, and that goes inside of the stuff sack for it. So these, I'm just gonna kind of place in wherever they fit nicely. Again, like I said, I'm not super picky, and these things aren't really gonna like rub into my back at all or really be in the way. They just sort of fit in a line at the bottom of the backpack. Like nothing's bulging out, anything. We've still got plenty of space in this front pocket. I just kind of fit things where they're gonna fit nicely. There is a little bit of rhyme to the reason, but when it comes to those like weirdly shaped items, they just kind of fit where they go, you know? I just fit them wherever they fit. The next few things that we have, we're down to kind of a few things already, which is crazy. It doesn't take a whole lot amount of time to pack everything up when you've already got it all in the stuff sacks. This is my spork, and it goes inside my sort of accessory bag where there's things like a game of Yahtzee for me and my girlfriend or whoever I'm with to go play some Yahtzee, mosquito net, my headlamp, and my power bank all inside this, along with like the poop kit, first aid kit, some backup aqua tabs just in case my filter breaks. All of those things fit inside this accessory bag. We get all the air out of this, roll it down, and then again, just gonna stuff that inside on top of all of those things. It's getting kind of full. We're getting there, right? Definitely getting to be a full backpack. The next thing that might be kind of controversial is my food bag. This goes on the very top of my pack. And this is about the size and bulk of food for about a 3-day trip. If I was going for 4, this would probably be like a little bit bigger. And yes, this goes on the very top of my pack. The reason I choose the very top is because I want to be able to get to my food quickly. The main thing you're doing while backpacking is hiking, right? That's kind of where you spend most of the time, aside from sleeping inside your tent. So when it gets to lunchtime or whenever we're hanging out and taking a break, I want to be able to get to my food bag fairly quick. So I leave that one at the very, very top so I don't have to take everything out of my backpack and search for my food bag, put it back inside, and have it just be a whole hassle and repack my backpack every time I want to have lunch or grab a snack. There you go. That is how I pack the main compartment of my backpack. And there is still a few more things to go. Obviously, we haven't packed everything in yet. There's a little bit we got left here. So let's go to this front pouch that I have on my backpack. This is kind of where just a few smaller things might go. A lot of people while they're backpacking, they like to use like a trash bag inside their backpack in order to keep things waterproof. I've never really liked that. I don't like the idea of it, of like using a trash bag to try to waterproof everything, because then it's just another thing I gotta try to get gear inside my backpack. So I do use a pack cover. This is nothing special. I think it's like a $20 waterproof pack cover that I got on Amazon. I couldn't even tell you the name of it. But this is one of those things that you just kind of stuff inside your backpack. I mean, you don't need to keep it inside the bag that it comes with. That's pretty much pointless. This can just form to the inside your backpack, and you're probably never gonna need to use it. Or hopefully won't have to use it. You don't want to have any rain when we're out there. Next thing I put on top of that would be my rain jacket, another waterproof piece of gear. This just lays on top of it. Keep that inside there, and it's gonna pack down and form to the shape of the backpack. Next thing that we have are my camp shoes, and these are Goat Grips, which I made a review on like a couple years ago, but I don't think the company exists anymore, which is crazy because I actually do like these things. These are sweet. They're nice little camp shoes, grippy sock shoe sort of things. They're pretty sweet. Those, again, just fit inside this exterior pocket wherever they can go, wherever they fit. Another thing that I put inside that front pouch is my Kindle, because when I'm hanging around camp, I like to have a book to read. And that is the main exterior pocket. That's all the stuff that goes inside there. Nothing crazy. And look at that. That is an almost fully packed backpack. We still have the tent. This might be maybe another controversial decision as well. I put my tent on the outside on these very bottom straps of my backpack. I like it there. It kind of like evens out of the weight, because like I said, I got my food bag on top. Now this heavy tent is gonna go on the very bottom of my backpack. Some people don't like leaving their tent on the exterior of the pack because they're afraid it might get like ripped or snagged on something, which I get it, I see that point. I don't think I have ever had that issue, and I don't really think I ever will, because there's not a lot of times where I'm in like a bunch of thorns on the trail. Most of the trails are pretty well maintained that I go on, at least, and I've never really had an issue with that. I get that things can happen, but it's kind of worth the risk for me because my tent's inside a bag itself already. I haven't had any issues yet. I've been doing it for like 7 or 8 years, if not longer, and it's been totally fine. The last few things that I would have is water bottles in the side pockets. I typically use smart water bottles, but I don't have any with me right now, so these are my biking ones that we're just gonna use as an example. They each just go in their own side pockets, and then the water filter along with them. And that's it. That's how I pack my backpack for about a 3 or 4 day trip. Let me know in the comments what you think about my whole packing process, or if you have any questions for me. Thank you all for watching this video. I will see you in my next one.